There we are. Good morning. Let me get adjusted here. Welcome to your Monday morning yoga minutes video. I'm Audra Monk and I teach in Middletown, Maryland at Mountain Spirit Yoga. And we are so happy for you to join us in our studio for our classes or our workshops. And we're super happy when you find us here on social media. So let us know you're watching. Give us a thumbs up or a little heart or a comment. We would really appreciate it. So let's get started. So today you need a chair, a comfortable chair. So I've been traveling a lot and I was thinking about how do I include yoga in my travel? Do I practice a big yoga practice? No, I really don't. I mean, very, very occasionally maybe, but not really. Mostly it's little bits here and there. I practice all those things laying down every morning before I get out of bed. So you can look on our YouTube channel or in Facebook, go to videos, and you can find them there. But I also practice little tiny bits throughout the day. So today is yoga in the airport. Okay, you're sitting in the airport, you are nice and early, you're waiting for your flight, or maybe you're in between flights, you have a layover or something. Or maybe you have finished your flights and you've got to your destination and you're creaky. So all sorts of reasons. And you can practice this in a train station, you can practice it at home. But we're sitting in a chair, and imagine you're in a public place and you need to move. Your back is bothering you, your hips are bothering you, or you're preparing to sit in that tiny airline seat. So let's sit and move very gently and very carefully. So we're going to sit up tall in our chair. We want to feel our feet on the earth. Yeah, there we go. We're going to roll our shoulders a couple times. That's okay. You can do that in public. You just want to move a little bit. Oh, that feels so good. And we're going to settle the shoulders down. All right, next, nice and easy, lean your head to one side. This part you could even do on the plane, and that would be okay. We're going to breathe here. All right, bring your head back to center and take your head the other way. Oh, I did just travel on airplanes, and that's what I thought about this all weekend. I need to do a video on yoga for the airport. So here we go. We're breathing here. All right, and then bring your head back to center. Very gently bring your chin to your chest. Just pause here. Good. A couple long, deep breaths. And then gently lift your head. All right, so next we're going to stretch our hamstrings a little, because when we're sitting, our legs are in contraction a little bit. They're going to get a little tight. So I'm going to slide up in my chair so that my bottom is towards the edge, and then I'm going to pick a leg and extend it out and flex the foot. And for some of us, oh my goodness, just doing this, I can feel this in my calf. I can feel it in my hamstring already. So if you got your little wheelie bag near you, just move it to one side. That'll kind of give a buffer so no one trips on your foot. Roll your shoulders down and back. I really should have had my suitcase here, shouldn't I have? And then lean forward, oh, with this long spine. Oh my goodness. Goodness me, you may experience this where you're like, wow, what a lot of stretching is going on. So I can do a hand on my thigh and a hand on the chair. If I'm feeling a little more flexible and it's feeling good, I could go elbow, and I'm gonna breathe. Yep, and my spine stays long. I'm not letting my low back or my upper back round. It's all about this front leg getting a stretch. And can you do this yoga if you've not been anywhere close to an airport? Yes, you can. This is excellent yoga to do it anytime when you don't want to get on the floor and when you don't want it to be too vigorous. Good, and we're breathing here. Let's take one more breath. See, I'm already starting to feel better, feel more comfortable here. And then we're going to come on out, nice and careful. We're going to slide that foot in. There we go. If you had your wheelie bag, I would just scooch it over. Slide this leg out. Good. Roll your shoulders down and back. Pull your belly in and lean forward. And at first, I don't have to lean a lot, right? I feel plenty of stretch happening. You can hold onto your seat. Most airport seats have those little handles in the middle because they don't want you to lay down and take a nap on the benches, I guess. So you could hold onto the handles there. You could put your hand or your elbow on this front thigh. Good. And we're breathing. We're breathing. So think about it. The hamstring and the calf are in contraction when we sit. And if you're getting ready to get on that airplane, you need to stretch that out before you go. Good. And we're breathing. All right. already starting to feel more comfortable. So in a stretch, 20 seconds to 2 minutes. Or a lot of times I just think 5 to 10 long, deep breaths, depending on how much time I have. All right, one more breath here. And then we're going to slide our way back and bring that knee back in. Good. All right, roll the shoulders again. Now we're going to take a really gentle twist. So you're going to turn to one side or the other. And you might do 2 hands, and you're going to be loose in the hips. You might do 2 hands on the first thigh. Depending, if you're at the airport and you've got the room, you might put this back hand on the chair or on the seat of the chair behind you. And then we can turn and look back. And then the other deal is keep your legs forward. There you go. Keep your legs forward and breathe here. Okay, take one more breath here. Okay, carefully come back to the center. Pause in the center. All right, let's go the other way. So either just 2 hands to the leg, that might be all that you need, or maybe you reach behind you or to the arm of the chair. Good, looking over your back shoulder as comfortable for you. Legs can stay, knees are pointed forward, but your hips can be loose, and you can let the twist come from there. Good, we're breathing. One more breath here. And then gently come on back. All right, widen your feet a little bit. All right, if you got your wheelie bag, maybe put it right between your knees, or maybe just put it to one side or the other, or just a little bit in front of a foot. Roll your shoulders down and back, and then lean forward. Good, and you can do hands on the thighs or elbows on the thighs. Good, and staying towards the end of the chair might feel really good, so you can get a little deeper into your stretch. You could stay pretty still here, or it might feel good for you to move a little side to side. You know, it depends on how much movement you like to do in public with lots of other people. Of course, if you're practicing at home, pre or post travel, you can do anything you like. You can round a little bit, you can sway a little bit, and you can move. So we're getting a little bit of a forward fold. If you've added extra movement, you're getting a little bit of movement there. The low back is not rounding. The upper back is not rounding, right? We're keeping our spine nice and safe. And one more breath here. And we'll carefully come on up. All right, so I think that is 5 minutes. If you have a few more minutes, carry on. If not, when you're at the airport, do that. Do it before the first flight. Do it after the first flight. You could do most of that in your airline chair if you need to. If you have a little more time, and if you're like me and your hips and your low back tend to talk to you sometimes, we're going to add a little figure 4 stretch. So we're going to take a leg and lift it up and cross it over. And if this knee is up really high, we're not going to stress about it. We're just going to let it cross over. If we can press that knee down, we're going to press that knee down. I feel a nice stretch in my hip. This will really help too if you have sciatica, long car rides. We've talked about this before. So we're breathing here. So what we're thinking of is using our yoga to help our everyday life be more comfortable. And especially when that extra everyday things happen, like the trips, the events that we want to go to. So we're stretching here. Yep, I feel a great stretch in my low back, feel it in my hip. I'm leaning forward a little. I'm not putting any pressure really on the leg. I'm just holding on to it for steadiness. I'm keeping my foot gently flexed. Of course, in the airport, I would have my shoes on probably, and that's okay. That is totally okay. Good, breathing here. All right, and then I'm going to lean back a little bit, carefully take this leg out. Maybe I twirl that ankle around a little bit. That might feel good if I'm traveling. Good, and then I'm going to put that down. And let's do the other side. So help it up, and if it doesn't come all the way up, I forgot to say this on side 1. You got that suitcase there. What if you put it on its side and put your foot on there? That would work great. It's not a big deal. Most of the time in airports, people are doing all sorts of crazy things. So a little bit of stretching, a little bit of yoga is not going to go amiss. It's going to be a good thing. I'm sitting tall. I'm leaning forward. No pressure on the knee. I am breathing. Good. So I'm just pausing and breathing, getting all this nice stretch for the hip and the low back, your body will thank you. Your travel will go better. Maybe, not always, I can't guarantee this, maybe we'll be a little more patient, right? While we're waiting in lines and, you know, just getting along. Let's take one more breath here. All right, and then come on out. Hug that knee in maybe a little bit. Twirl that ankle around. All right, so again, we went asymmetrical. So we're going to do that forward fold one more time, and then we're all done for today. So we're going to widen the feet a little bit within the realms of our airport chair. If you got empty chairs on the side of you, feel free to go a little crazy. We're going to lean forward again with that nice long spine, and we're going to pause here. Tuck the chin and breathe. If it's feeling good and you have the space for it, maybe you bring those hands towards the floor. Of course, at home, you could use your yoga block. When you're out, you know, maybe you have a book you could put on the floor, or maybe your suitcase is there and you just put your hands up a little bit higher. But if you can go a little bit more, go a little bit more. If you can't go a little bit more, that is not a problem. You're going to stay where your body tells you to stay. And let's take one more breath here. And then we're going to ease our way up, pull those legs back together, roll the shoulders down and back, and there we go. We're going to go back to looking at our phone or reading our book or chatting with our friend, and there's our Yoga for Travelers. So thank you so very much for joining me today. We would love for you to contact us, and we'd love to help you on your yoga journey. So thank you, and namaste.